Who are some of the comedians that really, when you were young, just that really blew your mind and really inspired you when you were a kid?
Um, Man, so many. There was so many. And I feel like I was getting comedy from everywhere, like from cartoons, from
Mhm.
sitcoms, Bugs Bunny and Al Bundy, and like I was getting it from stand-ups, Eddie Murphy and Bill Cosby and Martin Lawrence and Chris Rock and Wanda Sykes and Janine Garofalo and Sarah Silverman and Dennis Leary. I was kind of like always into stand-up and comedy and comics and just like, what they were doing. So I was just consuming a lot of different types of comedy.
And have you met any of your heroes? I know you met Wanda Sykes. I saw a video with you and Miss Wanda Sykes.
Yeah, I met a lot of people at this
Mm,
point. I've met one Sykes, I've met Chris Rock, I've met Sarah Silverman, I've met Janine Garofalo. I've met a lot of people at
mm.
this point. Yeah.
Janine Garofalo, she was great. I remember her. She was like had this sarcastic kind
Yeah,
of like
very
vibe. Yeah,
funny.
she was really she was cool. So what do you think about this whole conversation with people are too sensitive now? That people get offended too easily. I kind of had this theory, and I could be wrong, that I think if you were of a certain group, you can get away with saying certain things. Like you're of the LGBT community, so you could say certain things that I don't know if I want to hear a straight comedian say. Was that accurate, or how do you feel about that?
I mean, it's accurate if it's how you feel. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, who am I to tell you how to feel? And so in that regard, I feel the same way about like if you're offended, I can't tell you not to be offended. Do I feel like there's a culture around being offended these days? And are there people who profit, I guess, or advance themselves off of being offended? Yeah,
Mhm.
sure. But like, what are you gonna do?
Right. Right. Yeah, no, I get it. Well, no, but I mean, as the comedian, is do you? I guess you're saying you can't really tell me that, but is that the wrong way to look at it? Like, yo, are there no boundaries because it's comedy, and if it's funny, it's funny.
I mean, yeah, no, right? Because funny is relative. What's funny to you might not be funny to someone else. And so that's like also up to someone to decide. I don't particularly write for people's feelings. I write what I think is funny. I write what I think is true to the conversation that I'm trying to have. And if that offends somebody, that isn't my goal, but I can't write around them possibly being offended because you have the opportunity to offend anyone when you're saying what you think.
Right. No, I get it. So you were a writer for SNL. So what did you learn most being a writer on SNL?
I learned so much. I don't really know if I can pick a thing that I learned the most. I learned how to write sketch, and I didn't know how to do that before I got there. And I learned a lot about TV and TV production and how to put together a show. Um, so I don't know. I think it was just an all around it like of education I can't even put a value on that made me a way better writer, a way better person in front of the camera and behind the camera as well.
And SNL is a grind, right? Isn't it like just nonstop? It's a grind.
It's not nonstop, but it is a lot
Okay.
of work. I mean, we
Well,
do
I
get
hear people say like, "Oh my gosh!" Like I guess the celebrities when they go on there, they're like, "Oh, you got to learn this so quick. It's quick." So
yeah, I mean,
it's
it's quick for us too. We're writing a new show every week.
right.
So it's a lot and it is a lot of hours and it is a lot of work, you know what I mean? But I don't know, you just get used to it.